Hello there, Steve here in Sydney of the GNOSIS website, truebluehealerDOT. I'm going to say something here about augmenting and improving your experience of David Wilcock, the famous mystic who looks like Edgar Cayce. To the curious person and the spiritually minded, David Wilcock is a wonderful sort of font of all things fascinating. He covers a wide spectrum of very disparate things and pulls them together for you in some very engaging lectures. He moves in subject material from quantum physics to astrophysics to ancient history to your own pineal gland, as well as being a filmmaker and author. He also is carrying a signal. He himself is actually a signal, a wake-up signal to you. He seems to be the leader of a reincarnation cluster of people that were last on Earth around Edgar Cayce in the 1940s. David Wilcock certainly covers probably the widest gamut of any storyteller. And he's not just a storyteller. He supports what he's saying with insights and actual physical data, NASA photographs, findings from quantum physics, as well as astrophysics, that sort of thing, as well as ancient history. And he seems to be quite an adventurer himself. Thus, he can present an extremely engaging, almost exhausting, giddying tour through the world as you don't really know it. You only thought you knew, but you didn't. David Wilcock shows you that you don't really know half of it, and you'd better listen, right? He definitely is a living signal to that effect. Can I say that David Wilcock is so successful in presenting his very wide spectrum analysis of things general and all, that it can be exhausting and depleting for quite a few of the viewers. There are comments below his videos to that effect. And at the end of it, after watching a few hours and reading a couple of his books, you might think, how could I ever catch a man like that? He's so far ahead of me. I'm just an ordinary person, but I'd like to know what he actually knows directly by personal experience, but it's never happened to me. And for that reason, he supplies a bit of information on meditation, that sort of thing. But can I tell you now that meditation is a fairly inefficient way to go? Because of the convergence and raising of consciousness in the last 10-15 years, as we approach 2012, there is another method available to the person who wants to catch up with David Wilcock. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to buy any books, it's free, and it takes only 20 minutes. You don't have to watch any long videos. Instant physical evidence of your metaphysical change is available in just 20 minutes at a website, truebluehealerDOT. Beginner's Tour, 20 minutes, will give you physical evidence of a metaphysical change in you. Are you listening? After that, you don't have to do any meditation because a whole lot of intelligence starts to drip into you. You can feel it every day, and by the end of the week, some 7 days later after the website visit, 7 days later, you're going to get some very vivid messaging dreams, for which you do not need a dream manual. You'll only need a little notebook to write it down, because you'll have so many of these messaging compelling dreams, you will notice a narrative occurring in the dreams. They'll be made very clear to you, and this starts about 7 days after your website visit. Also, within about 10 days, you'll start to get some independent physical signals in your personal physicality. Okay? These help to clarify things that are happening in your mind's eye. And you can actually be told with signals that may surprise and delight you, whether you can or can't believe something, whether David Wilcock might be pulling your leg a bit or whether someone else is. So you can get physical signals to confirm this sort of thing for you. 3 or 4 months later, you'll start to hear a mentoring internal voice. Now, this is going to speed and augment your understanding speed and augment your David Wilcock experience. It's all to do with the raising of mass consciousness as we approach 2012. It may interest you to know that the website that does this for you is fully automated, and thus it can produce 100,000 Gnostic people daily. This is a way of transforming society on an industrial scale. This may interest followers of David Wilcock. How do you get a leg up to get into the fast lane with David Wilcock? This is a simple way to do it. It's free, no books to read. You get triggered at this website, something happens to you, and 7 days later, Gnostic dreams begin. And by Gnostic, we just mean the mystic. It's just an alternative word meaning the same thing. Now, I'll just tell you how my attention was brought to David Wilcock. A Gnostic in New Zealand wrote and told me, predicting that his next video would contain critical information. Wrote to me, it's available on my website, you can see the emails that were written, where he predicted certain things would be made public very soon. And sure enough, David Wilcock mentioned it in his part 5 of his Coast to Coast show, where he talks about gravity pushing instead of pulling, that really it's an illusion, we just don't know how to think right about these things. This was predicted in advance of it being uploaded onto YouTube, okay, by another Gnostic in New Zealand. He's contactable by email. This was reported to my website truebluehealerDOT, along with other predictions which are logged there. So that's how truebluehealerDOT gets involved with David Wilcock, and it's really something outside David Wilcock and outside me. It's another intelligence working through Gnostics ringed around the planet with common interests and common goals. So it may interest you. You can become part of this Gnostic ring around the world, this mystic ring around the world. And this type of gnosis doesn't require any meditation, although if you are doing meditation and are fond of it, do continue. If you do any religious devotions, do continue, because lay gnosis speeds up your progress and doesn't detract at all from any of your daily activities. That's the wonderful thing about layman's gnosis at truebluehealer.com.